Season full swing. Hey, that's outside. Today we're going to show you an alternative to the traditional hot dogs and hamburgers you won't believe. Pizza?
They're doing pizza out there.
Pizza?
I'm eating it. I'll eat anything.
Midday's coming right back. Stay with us. Young people have been enjoying grilling on their barbecues, but by August you may be getting tired of those old hamburgers and hot dogs. Well, Jennifer Frederick is on the hunt for an unusual and tasty alternative. And Jen, what is it?
It's pizza on the grill. We got sick of waiting for Rich. We're here with Chef Jason from the New Wave Cafe. Explain, why is this hip? Is it happening? Is it
You know, it's delicious. I don't know hip or happening, but it's really good. You get a thin, crisp pizza. It's lightly grilled, and a light amount of cheese and tomato sauce. And you can really vary the toppings upon your personal preferences.
How does it not go through the slits?
You know, I'm going to show you. I'm going to push out a dough, and basically just the texture and the size of the dough. I mean, it's going to be like 3 times the size of any one grate, so it's able to kind of withstand it. And I have it kind of hot enough that it kind of sears it, so it bubbles up as opposed to kind of limping and oozing down.
So it's a real crispy pie.
Very crispy.
Okay, what do you have here? Just regular dough?
Regular dough. It's a yeast dough with a little touch of molasses and whole wheat. And a mixture of high gluten bread flour, and then basically I mix the dough and then I allow it to proof, and then I portion it into small 4-ounce balls, and then I also once it proofs I let it warm up to room temperature again, and then I just lightly rub it out. I'm trying to get the dough as thin as possible without ripping it, but yet making it all even.
And you don't even need like a roller like
you
a lot of
don't.
people
Just your
see.
hands, and just kind of you lightly pat it down, and it gets nice and flat, and any one side that seems thicker, I just go there. Like I got a nice thin side there.
Molasses in the dough, is that just your recipe, or do you need it a little sweet?
Well, that's just the recipe, but it adds sweetness, and it gives it a nice malt flavor. So basically, I'm putting the dough there. You hear a little sizzle. It's starting to bubble up. 1 or 2 minutes, I'll be able to move it.
It looks really oily. Do you want to have a lot of oil on there?
Well,
so it can cook?
you want enough oil to kind of prevent it from sticking. You know, instead of using flour, the oil just kind of, and it works really well with the grill, that, you don't want so much that it's dripping down, but you want enough to coat the whole bread.
And we were talking maybe this could be a little bit healthier for you because...
I think certainly you're dealing with less cheese and less fat in general. It's cooking it. You kind of see the nice bubbling there. So I think this would be ready to kind of pick up and move. I got a nice brown. I'll move it over just to kind of give it a nice mark, and then once I flip it, we'll put some more toppings on it.
And you say you put cheese on it first to melt the cheese and give it like a coating.
Right.
And then what do you do after that?
Then I put any basic sauce, or I use a fresh tomato sauce with some toasted garlic and hot pepper. I put that on, and then I do a few variations. I got arugula here, and with the arugula, I like to put some sliced prosciutto and fresh figs. And then, it really varies. I do some with just grilled vegetables and mashed potato, and also we're doing a duck and apple. It kind of, if you just want a traditional pizza, I got a nice margarita sliced with tomato and cheese there, and you can really vary upon your preferences. Maybe you're having a theme party, you could do,
like
anchovy and
the wives could
grape.
be out at the grill during football season if they're not interested in football.
Right.
Or the men that don't like football. This could be kind of cool for a football party.
Yeah. So
and is this on the menu at the New Wave Cafe?
We're starting it next week, actually.
Okay.
We were running it as a special. We just got a brand new grill, and we're going to have grilled pizzas for anybody that wants them.
And our grill's pretty big, but you can do this even on a smaller grill, yeah?
You can. I kind of have this grill to kind of display a few pizzas. And I do have a small Weber at home, and it works perfectly. The key is to have your fire. You want a hotter area and then a lighter area to move over so your cheese can melt gently without burning.
All right, cool. And anything can go on it. Duck?
Yeah, actually, we have duck and apple. You can really be creative with that. You can do mashed potato. I think a really...
or anything. I told him I'd wrap him up and step on his foot so he can finish his thing. Thank you so much again, Chef Jason from the New Wave Cafe. We can go in there and chow on it later if you want to do it at home.
Absolutely.
And you're going to let us eat this?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Back to you.
All right, Jen, because I've got some orders here. I've got an order for a sausage, a pepperoni. I'm going to need an extra cheese. Can you fill these orders?
Yeah, I'm stealing the pizza right now. They're not even going to get done.
We want samples. Bring them back upstairs. Thank
Cool.
you. Okay, 8:51. The Loch Ness Monster.